Good day to all. Good day to all. This is Nurture Our Humanity. This is my Wednesday Live. Let's get into it. I don't have thumbnail details for this one, but and actually I don't even fully have the title, but let me just give the gist of it. This one is really off the cuff and with no notes, but I do have a little information in front of me. This conversation was birthed or motivated or spawned from me sitting around and looking at a cat and paying kind of trying to paying attention to what the cat was paying attention to. And I guess I was just focused enough, high enough, chill enough to really be having some outstanding vibrations of thought. And I was just thinking about everything that's plugged into the wall. It's got to give off some kind of a hum or some kind of a frequency. It can be very faint. So some things can hear very small sounds more intensely, and some things can hear actual frequencies that we're not able to hear ourselves. So uh, human hearing, human hearing is generally referred to from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. Now, let me explain a hertz really fast. A hertz uh, relates to a sine wave. So a signal starting up, going down, and coming back up. And that movement from up, down, and back, which completes the loop, is done in a 1 second ratio. So a hertz is how many up and downs fit into 1 second. So if I drew 1 hertz, that means 1 hertz every 1 second. 1,000, 1. That's 1 hertz. If it went twice in 1 second, that's 2 hertz. So basically, the more to get the story, what we're doing is our ears, our hearing is capable of absorbing the information from 20 hertz. That's where the beginning of our hearing starts, roughly. We can't make out below that. Now, you can feel things below that, but hear them, no. And then our hearing goes up on the high side to 20,000 hertz, which means 20,000 up and downs in 1 second. That's what tweeters do. 20 movements in 1 second, that's what woofers do. You can actually see them moving. You can't even see a tweeter move. It's moving faster than our eye can even make out. But anyway, so that describes what a hertz is in that. So if you've ever heard electricity described, a lot of times they'll say 110 volts. And somehow in the hertz range, because it's like 60 hertz, I believe, is the way AC works. So, there's a frequency of like 60 hertz that moves just through electricity. And that falls into the range where a lot of things can hear it. Okay. And I want to explain that this was a learner for me was I don't know exactly how high they can hear, but whales have been figured to be able to hear as low as 7 hertz. So if they're pushing a signal of 7 hertz through, well, for them, it would be in the water. Uh, we wouldn't even be able to perceive it. Now, our equipment can pick that up, but we can't physically hear it. Elephants are as low as 12 to 16 hertz. No, that's actually kilohertz. So that's a high one. But basically, from there, it seems like to me as the animal gets a little smaller in a way, their hearing gets more, acute. So mice can hear up to 90,000 hertz. We can't hear that. 42,000 hertz for rabbits and different animals as they go across. But bats can hear way higher, and and dolphins can hear so much higher than we can even hear. So to bring this back around, That's enough about what hurts are. Okay. Cats can hear things that we can't. And I was just wondering, like, I was thinking about how good my piece was. And that's why my thumbnail has me showing my noise canceling earbud, because I use that to get peace in a noisy environment, of course, of frequencies that I can hear. But what can we do, or what can a cat do about the sound of the TV just being plugged in, not even with it playing, just with it being plugged in and electrified, all these different electrical devices. Our phones are plugged up to little chargers that have little things that are buzzing. You know, and I was just thinking how much calmer it is to be out in nature when you're away from electronics and the frequencies they create and stuff. And there's a lot of information about certain hertz getting certain reactions and causing cancers or killing cancers and different things with just frequencies, let alone how good jazz can feel and stuff like that. So frequencies can be very massaging and very relaxing, you know. Um, so anyway, I was speaking to this because I was thinking about this, and this is kind of like Wednesday Live, high thoughts with G today, But how nerve-wracking is it for a a animal that's in your house to have to be in your house with everything plugged up the way it is, you know? Washer and dryer, refrigerator, microwave, air fryer, you name it. I mean, we could just go from room to room, electronic things, from electric blankets to, you just name it. Everything that's just plugged up, stereos and t- lots of stuff. And I was just wondering um, how annoying that could possibly be when you can't shut that off because your hearing actually grabs all of that stuff. So I'm just going to share that, just to think of, a lot of going outside and excuse me, and being outdoors is about being in a calm space, in a quiet space, a space that really has zero noise. The decibels are zeroed out. There's not a hum that just comes with the day. Like in the city, there's a hum when everybody just starts waking up. People start coffee makers and turning their TVs on, like the day just gets louder. And then all of a sudden, well, not all of a sudden, but at the end of the day, it ramps down and gets very, I mean, substantially quieter. We're numb to it in a lot of ways, but these are frequencies and sounds that we're just akin to. My neighbor had something plugged in their backyard, and I believe it was like a heater for a pond or a lake, or I mean, not a lake. I'm not staying in that kind of area. Something where their animals enclosure is, and something that was like a heater of a sense, and it just had a sound, but it was like a speaker giving off like a little beep, like anyway, it was extremely annoying. And during the daytime, I wouldn't notice it, but at nighttime, when everything quiets out, it would be like, "What is that sound?" And I'd be trying to figure out what it is. But anyway, got to the bottom of it one night. I just had to go outside and really go put my ear to where pinpoint where this sound was coming from. But um, so anyway, as you're fasting or purging or dieting from things, think about some of the sounds that you don't even think about, that are just happening around you, that we're just making okay just because we just want everything plugged up. Um, Electronic noise, pink noise, white noise, just noise. Um, there's a lot of noise that just comes with a lot of tech, with a lot of technology comes a lot of noise on levels. And even though maybe consciously we're not thinking about it, on a subconscious level, I think these things affect us. I think when you're sleeping and a TV is on and commercials are blaring in your ear at night, I believe that's a definite interference, and something that you should try not to do if possible. So, anyway, with that, this is Wednesday Live. This is G over here, Merchant of Our Humanity. And I think I'm going to just go on and call it quits right here. Okay. But that was a general thought. And that's just something I wanted to share on the Wednesdays. All right. Till next Wednesday, something thoughtful. Peace out, y'all.